corn they're going to get from this and that. So that looks all great, fine and dandy when you're doing the math and you're doing all these grids and things. But then when society starts eating it, and everyone has their own, sensitivities to certain things, and then people's body is not meant to consume all of that stuff. So I'm also anti-GMO. Yes.
I just wanted to clarify. You started at the beginning with the dirty dozen, and then you said those are the ones you want to avoid, but you want to avoid regularly grown with pesticides, not necessarily avoid those.
Right. I mean, you want to avoid them from purchasing them non-organic. Okay. Thank you. And then they also have something called the Clean 15, which are like bananas, avocados, cantaloupes. Think of fruits and vegetables that have a thick skin on them so that you can peel away what may have been those pesticides. Or, strawberries, they hang on the ground. They're going to touch that dirt that has fertilizer in it and other things. So I know you take these home and you wash them. That is one of your best defenses against that. But if you can get them organic, you're going to find them, USDA has determined that organic means it cannot have any growth hormones in it, cannot any pesticides, no GMOs, which is the chemically modified, I have no idea what the O stands for. Organism, thank you. Also, it cannot have any artificial, not necessarily sweetener, but coloring to it. So it's all those kind of things that when you think of processing, our food manufacturers have added to these items. And most of the time, it is not the fresh fruits and vegetables, but it is the boxed food that many people get. The convenience food. You go in, oh, we're going to have mac and cheese. Somebody picks up the box of Kraft macaroni and cheese, and you look at the back, and half of it is ingredients you can't even pronounce. But that is where we're at today. So the other thing that is important to talk about is one ingredient foods. If you look at a food item, you have kale. Hey. Just kale. There's nothing that's been added to it. Or you have apples. Think of that when you're out there purchasing items. You want something that has nothing added to it. We don't have, I think recently I went to buy some asparagus when I was taste testing this recipe, which
I've had it several times, very good.
And I opened up the package, and I got it at Trader Joe's, and I thought it was in the organic section, but it had oil on it. I'm like, what is this? Well, now they're starting to add seasonings already to our produce, that, especially vegetables that you want to boil. And they're actually doing it also to frozen ones that you may find. So make sure you read those labels very carefully so that you know what is in the food that you are going to prepare at home and what you're going to do with that. Keep it simple. Do it well. Those are words of wisdom that someone had given to me long before I even thought about the foods that I was necessarily eating. But the more simple it is, the easier it's going to be for you, the less complicated that it's going to be. You're not going to have to buy these obscure type of spices and seasonings and things like that. So you're going to enjoy preparing these things. That's the other part of all of this, is to have fun. A recipe is a guide on putting ingredients together that you're going to want to enjoy, to either eat for yourself or to share with others. We are a society that food is a main source of celebration for us. In our school district, there was a few years back, we were really trying to stop unhealthy foods coming into the campus. And unhealthy meaning like the giant cupcakes with icing all over it. We had a festival every fall where it was a cakewalk, and people would home bake cakes and bring them into the school. And there was one PTA group that they didn't even want to hear any of this. They were, talking revolting, basically. It was, how dare you take away a cakewalk? It's been a tradition. And what that helped me to understand is that food is extremely sensitive to people as well. I have been in it for 20 plus years, and forget about some of that when I say, you shouldn't be eating that. People take offense to that, because everybody wants to do what's right. And the cakewalk, it was not about the cake so much as it was about the event. And this same PTA said, well, we serve carrot cake, or we serve, I'm trying to think of some applesauce cake or whatever, so it has and it's like, not exactly. But that's how far I had to wheel it back.